Namaskar, I am Dr. Madhuri Goswami. Welcome back to this lesson. Dear students, this lesson is the third in the series of the lessons on A Tryst with Destiny, a speech delivered by the first Prime Minister of Independent India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. In the previous part of the lesson, we have studied the first half part of the text of the speech that consists of the first two paragraphs. We have read the text, we have analyzed it, and we also understood the new terms, the new words, or the glossary that we came across in the text. So, dear students, please watch that part first for clear understanding, because in this part we shall continue further. Dear students, A Tryst with Destiny is a speech in English delivered by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to the Indian Constituent Assembly in the Parliament. He delivered this speech on the eve of India's independence towards midnight on 14th of August 1947. You know, it spoke on the aspects that transcend India's history. इस स्पीच में उन्होंने भारत के जो संघर्षशील यात्रा रही ब्रिटिश एम्पायर के अगेंस्ट उस पर चर्चा की, उसके विषय में बात की. इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड टू बी वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट स्पीचेस ऑफ द 20th century and also a landmark oration that captures the essence of the triumphant culmination of the Indian independence struggle against the British Empire in India. So this oration, this speech is considered to be a great landmark in the field of oratory skills. Whenever anyone listens to this speech, it fills up that person with nationalistic pride and passion for our country. Well, now let's listen to the further part of the speech. In the next two paragraphs, India's ascension to freedom is commented upon. There is the typical personification of India as a female considered as mother that is so common in Indian literature. So, whenever Nehru refers to country India, he uses the pronoun she or her instead of it or its. Well, now let's listen what Nehru says further. Freedom and power bring responsibility. The responsibility rests upon this assembly, a sovereign body representing the sovereign people of India. In these words, Nehru refers to that assembly, that is the Indian Constituent Assembly and the Parliament. And this becomes a very famous quote, freedom and power bring responsibility. अर्थात स्वतंत्रता और ताकत यानी सत्ता और शक्ति साथ में महत्वपूर्ण रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी यानी जिम्मेदारी भी लाती हैं, और वह रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इस असेंबली पर है जो कि इंडिया के सभी सत्ताधारी लोगों का रिप्रेजेंटेशन यानी प्रतिनिधित्व करने वाली असेंबली या सभा है. बिफोर द बर्थ ऑफ फ्रीडम we have endured all the pains of labor and our hearts are heavy with the memory of this sorrow. Some of those pains continue even now. Nevertheless, the past is over and it is the future that beacons us now. The word beacon means here to indicate something or to signal something. In Hindi, राह बताने के लिए प्रकाश देना. Here, the pains of labor means the agony of the tormentation that was endured by the Indians and that were implemented by the Britishers. यानी स्वतंत्रता के जन्म से पहले हमने प्रसव की सारी पीड़ाएं सहन की है और हमारे हृदय में वो दुखद स्मृतियां आपूरित हैं. कुछ पीड़ाएं अब भी हैं, फिर भी हमारा अतीत बीत चुका है और सुनहरा भविष्य हमें पुकार रहा है. नेहरू का कहना है कि यह स्वतंत्रता हमारा अंतिम लक्ष्य नहीं है. यह समय, यह भविष्य आराम करने और दम लेने के लिए नहीं है, बल्कि निरंतर प्रयत्न और प्रयास करने के लिए है, जिससे कि हम उन प्रतिज्ञाओं को, उन संकल्पों को जो हमने इतनी बार किए हैं और जो आज कर रहे हैं, उन्हें हम पूर्ण कर सकें। In the words of Nehru, that future is not one of ease of resting, but of incessant striving so that we may fulfill the pledges we have so often taken and the one we shall take today. The word incessant means without stopping, that is anvarat. Striving means efforts. The service of India means the service of the millions who suffer. Here Nehru talks of the people who are sufferers. In the overjoy of the victory or the freedom, achievement of freedom, he does not forget the people who suffer. According to him, the service of India means the ending of poverty and ignorance, and poverty and disease, and inequality of opportunity. नेहरू के अनुसार भारत की सच्ची सेवा करोड़ों पीड़ितों की सेवा है। भारत की सेवा का अर्थ है पॉवर्टी यानी दरिद्रता, इग्नोरेंस यानी अज्ञान, एंड इनइक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी अर्थात अवसर की विषमता का अंत करना। He further says, the ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye that may be beyond us, but as long as there are tears and suffering, so long our work will not be over. In these lines, Nehru refers to the Mahatma Gandhi, and he says that his ambition is to wipe the tears of every eye. Along with this, he says, और जब तक किसी की आँख में आंसू है, किसी के जीवन में पीड़ा है, तब तक हमारा कार्य पूर्ण नहीं होगा. And so we have to labor and to work hard to give reality to our dreams. और इसलिए हमें काम करना है और परिश्रम से करना है, जिससे हमारे स्वप्न पूर्ण हो सकें. ये स्वप्न भारत के हैं. Those dreams are for India, but they are also for the world. For all the nations and peoples are too closely knit together today for any one of them to imagine that it can live apart. स्पीच के इस पार्ट में नेहरू न सिर्फ भारत की बात करते हैं, अपितु संपूर्ण विश्व भी उनकी चर्चा का विषय है, क्योंकि उनके अनुसार सभी राष्ट्र और लोग आपस में इस तरह से गुथे हुए हैं कि कोई भी बिल्कुल अलग होकर रहने की कल्पना ही नहीं कर सकता. So he further says, peace is said to be indivisible. So is freedom, so is prosperity now, and also is disaster in this one world that can no longer be split into isolated fragments. The word indivisible means अविभाज्य, जिसे हम बांट नहीं सकते. And according to Nehru, freedom यानी स्वतंत्रता, prosperity यानी समृद्धि, and peace यानी शांति, ये सभी ऐसे तत्व हैं जिनका अलग अलग टुकड़ों में विभाजन संभव ही नहीं. और डिजास्टर यानी संकट भी ऐसी ही स्थिति है. पूरा विश्व एक साथ रहने पर ही शांति, स्वतंत्रता और समृद्धि रह सकती है. Now, in the next part of the speech, Nehru makes an appeal. He makes this appeal to Indians. In his words, to the people of India whose representatives we are, we make appeal to join us with faith and confidence in this great adventure. This is no time for petty and destructive criticism, no time for ill will or blaming others. We have to build the noble mansion of free India where all her children may dwell. You know, with these poetic words, Pandit Nehru sends India to its first day of independence. Furthermore, this eloquent speech can move any Indian with emotions and tears and can fill us with pride and sense of responsibility. स्पीच के इस पार्ट में नेहरू जी सभी भारतीयों से एक अनुरोध करते हैं, उनका आह्वान करते हैं भारत के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स यानी इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली के साथ जुड़ने के लिए विद फेथ एंड कॉन्फिडेंस। वे कहते हैं कि यह समय आलोचना का समय नहीं है, असद्भावना या ब्लेम करने का समय नहीं है, आरोप लगाने का समय नहीं है। हमें स्वतंत्र भारत की एक विशाल इमारत का निर्माण करना है जिसमें उस भारत माता की सभी संतानें रहेंगी। So, dear students, this is the excerpt from A Tryst with Destiny that has been prescribed for our study, and we have listened to Nehru, have understood the text, and have analyzed it. Further, in the next part of this lesson series, we will evaluate it critically. We will have a literary point of view to evaluate, to comprehend this speech. So, stay tuned. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.